Hello Steam, it's CryptoG here, coming at you with another Pixlr video tutorial. This time I wanted to show you how to create some text with a bit of depth and, basically look like it wasn't flat on the page and jumps out at you. So a couple of little tricks. First of all, we're going to create new image. I'm going to go for I'm going to make this just a bit smaller. I'm going to make it a kind of banner image sort of style. So I'm going to make this 250 the height. I'm going to click transparent and I'm going to say OK. Great. Okay, so we've got our banner here. Just going to make that a little bit bigger. Okay, then we're going to go on to our text. And we're going to create a text layer and just type in something random. Random text generator. Okay. I'm going to choose a font. Let's go for U Gothic, shall we? Okie dokie. And let's move it to somewhere where we can actually see it. That might be a good idea. Oh, it's huge for some reason. Set the actress to the bishop. There we go, random text generator. Right. Okay, I'm going to change the color of this to, actually no, I'm not going to change the color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to click OK. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to move that quickly actually. Just move that down a bit, just in case I want to put some stuff above that. Okay, so now we're going to rasterize the layer. And that turns it into pixels, and basically an image, so that the computer can deal with it. Okay, so next up, we want to change the color. So I want to make sure that I'm on here, and I'm going to, I want to do something a bit better than just a flat color. So what I'm going to do is go over to the wand tool first. Oh, no, that's the move tool, the wand tool first. I'm going to click down on the R here, and I'm going to shift click and just select all my letters. Okay, I'll let you go off and come back in a second when I've done that. Okay, back now. Hi Steamians, as you can see I have selected every single letter here just by using the wand tool and shift. Just make sure that as you're doing it, if you do get a sort of selection box around the whole text, that's not what you want. You want each one individually chosen. Okay, so now I'm going to go up to the gradient tool, which is just here. Up to the gradient tool, and I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to choose a type of gradient, which is fine. And if I want to, I can change the colors. I can either change the light color here, or I can change the dark one, which I'm going to do simply by clicking on it. And then I'm going to click the color icon there. And we're going to make that sort of more kind of grayish, with a hint of pink at the bottom. There we go. That's sort of one there. Okay, let's click OK. I'm going to click off. Right, now with the tool, I'm just going to click into one of the letters. I'm going to click there, and you see I get a little line there. I don't know if you can see that. And that represents the whole spectrum of the gradients from light to dark. So I'm going to actually just change that slightly. And I've just seen the O there as being a bit strange. That shouldn't be happening with the O. Okay. Okay, don't know why that's happening with the O actually. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and reselect that and then bring you back when I've done that properly. Okay, 1 second. Okay, guys, so I've just reselected this text. Don't really know why that was happening. I think it just, the one selection tool, I didn't quite get it right, so it was selecting inside the O's, which is not what we want. So yeah, we've just gone onto the gradient tool there, just to remind you. I'm actually going to change this lighter color slightly. So I click on it, and we know that I've selected it because it's now white. If I click on that, you'll see it's gone to this side. So I'm going to click on that, click on the color, and I'm just going to change it to that sort of off white there. Probably starts around there. That looks good, sort of grayish. Let's move it in a bit. There we go. Okie dokie. Right, now I click off to get rid of the palette, and then I just click again. I'll zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Click again. I'm just going to click on one of these letters. I'm going to start from there. Wherever I start from will be the left-hand side. I'll just show you. So wherever I start from will be the left-hand side, and wherever I end will be the right. However long I make the line will depend on how much of the gradient is there. That line represents the entire gradient, as you can see. So I'm going to make that a little bit longer. There we go. And as we can see now, the O, both O's are only, the gradient has only worked on the actual lettering and not in the spacing. Okay, so that's the first thing we do. Now we can deselect. We don't need that anymore. So I'm going to go Edit, Deselect All. Okay, so you can probably see my selection isn't perfect here, and I'll I'll sort of make it better for the thumbnail. But for now, let's just continue. Right, so then let's go to Layer Styles, which is over here, right next to Layer Mask. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an outer glow. There we go, and we're going to change the color of it. It's funny because it's one of the few things that saves on Pixlr. One of your few things, even though I'm logged in, I created a free account for Pixlr. Usually it forgets my settings, but for some reason Layer Styles it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to make an outer glow here. I'm going to make it sort of grayish to kind of match, make it a bit darker, and say okay. And now I'm going to play around with the hardness of it. You can just see it there. It's kind of, it just makes the letters a bit fuller, so to speak. You can see there if I make it too big, you can kind of see what it's doing. So I'm just going to take it down to a bit where I just get, yeah, just a little bit. I might even make that a bit bigger. I'm going to click on it and type 9. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, then I'm going to go to drop shadow. And remember, when you want to actually mess around with these parameters on the right here, you don't just click the box, you click the actual word itself, and that will bring you up the parameters. So here the distance is probably a little bit too much. I'm going to say 6. Where are we? I'm going to say about there. Going to say about there. Okay. And the angle, I'm actually going to change the angle around to there. There we go. Okie dokie. Random text generator. And we're going to say, oh yes, and the drop shadow. Okay, yes, the drop shadow is black. I'm going to up the opacity a bit more. And I personally like that. With these, obviously, it's all about personal taste. It's all about personal taste. So there you go. We've just jumped out the letters a bit. Like I said, it's not perfect because the wand selection tool wasn't perfect. So I'll do this again so I get a nice thumbnail for the video. But this gives you an idea of what you can do. And then, of course, you know, it's up to you again with the backgrounds of what you do. I'll sort of put this kind of salmon pink kind of background in here. Say OK, go to my fill tool, fill it up, and there we go. We've got some nice kind of text that jumps out of the page and gives it a bit more dimension, gives it a bit extra, basically. Bit extra, gives it a bit of a 3D look. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that. This tutorial's gone on long enough now, and I'll see you for the next one. Okay, thank you, and bye-bye.